Hello, I'm Professor Pamela Naidoo, the CEO of the Heart and Stroke Foundation South Africa. Beginning today, the 13th of May, is a very important campaign that we run in South Africa, but also in line with global standards and global organizations. This is Salt Awareness Week, and right in the heart of Salt Awareness Week, we also have World Hypertension Day. Now, these two issues are really important for heart health and brain health. And as a CEO, it is really, I feel really responsible to try and reduce the burden of heart disease and strokes in South Africa. And hence, this campaign week is very, very critical to the reduction of these burdens of conditions. And it is indeed also in line with the Heart and Stroke Foundation South Africa's mission. And the key mission is to not only reduce the burden of heart disease, strokes, and other circulatory conditions, as well as their risk factors, but it is also to bring awareness to some of the behavioral factors that unfortunately people do adopt, and it's unhealthy. And so we would like to motivate the public at large to adopt healthier behaviors. And we therefore run programs that are in line with the adoption of healthy behaviors, not just in terms of nutrition and diet and exercise, but also in terms of our nutrition science. One example of this is the HeartMark program, which is adopted by companies who develop products that are in line with a healthier food choice that is based on science, and that gets an endorsement from us as a foundation. And indeed, we are licensed to be able to give companies the HeartMark logo as part of a licensing fee structure. So do contact us if you want to know more about this. But in reality, I think that what we really want to drive home this year for our major campaign is really two things that I'd like to take you to take away from this little video clip. One is that you need to be aware that there's indeed a very strong relationship between excessive salt consumption and high blood pressure or hypertension, as doctors commonly call it. Now, you have to understand that hypertension is mostly due to unhealthy eating habits and lack of exercise, but there's also a familial component to hypertension. And so it is so important for you to know your blood pressure measure and your family history, of course, because this is the only way you're going to really understand what your risk for raised blood pressure is. So I do urge you to contact us on www.heartfoundation.co.za, where you will get a whole lot of our contact numbers around the country. So we are a national organization. And the second thing I'd like to also remind you about is the fact that we have programs that we run in communities. In deserving communities, we do this at no cost, except, of course, for some of the high cost of the glucose and cholesterol strips. So do contact us. In deserving communities, we would be able to come out if we're within the proximity of our offices. And then, of course, the private sector, you are more than welcome to contact us during this week in particular, because it's so important for your staff to lead a healthier, productive life. And so employee wellness becomes indeed a very important part of the gross domestic product of this country, because it all relies on a healthy workforce. So let's make South Africa stronger, not just by way of people's health, but also economically power-driven, and that all is interrelated. And really, I'd like to the public at large to understand this. And it is really my driving passion not to be siloed in your thinking, but to really look at life in a more holistic way. And so health is really wealth at the end of the day. So we at Head Office 021 422 1586. Wish you well.